Hello everyone, welcome to episode 33 of Reconstructing Cave Story. In this episode, there's a couple of problems I want to solve. They're both really short and simple though. First of all, I don't want to use a content path like this /content / npc submit.bmp every time I create this sprite because it gets a little annoying. And on top of that, I want it to be easier to switch between high-res graphics and original res graphics. So I'm going to make it easier to do that for myself, and I'm going to add in another directory to my content folder for original graphics so I can switch back and forth between the high-res graphics and the original res graphics really quickly. So we're going to have to create a config file because both our units.h and graphics.h depend on it, so we can't have it. I suppose we could put it in our units.h, but it wouldn't make much sense. So in order to avoid circulated dependency, we're making a config file for this, and we're just going to have a graphics quality enum where it's either going to be high res or original graphics, or high quality graphics or original quality. And the way we're going to actually call it is we're just going to call it like sprite with this NPC. We'll call our sprite constructor with just this NPC submit and not the rest of the path or the .bitmap, because again, the original res graphics are all in .pbm format, so this makes it a lot easier. So yeah, that's it. Let's get started. So let's start by finding all of our references to this / content thing, and then just change every reference we find to be of this format. So it's just the name of the file without the extension. So I think I can do Control F, search our current project, and just search for / content. And just find all instances this way. So here's our first one inside of first cave bat. We'll find the next one. We'll just find all. This might work better. Let's go to map.cc. There's a bunch in here. dt. So you see, I'm just scraping off the path and the extension, so that we're just going to put all, because the path is the same everywhere, and the extension is going to change depending on if we're using the original res or the high res graphics. So yeah, here's a bunch. I should have put this in a constant. Oh, this is the test part. I guess it doesn't matter if it's in a constant or not. Let's see. Are there any more? Line 54, nope. So let's go to numbersprite.cc. Player.cc. Playerhealth.cc. And polarstar.cc. So I think that's everything. Now let's go into our graphics class and add the path in when we need to. So let's go to graphics.cc, and here instead of file path, I'm actually going to call this file name. So I'll just change this to file name here. I don't know if I'll change it. I'll change it to file name 2 in our sprite, in our animated sprite, and I guess our backdrop too, to be consistent. So let's create our file path now. So const standard string file path. And this is just going to be the same thing, / content plus our file name plus our .bitmap. And heck, while I'm here, I'll just go into sprite, backdrop, and animated sprite and fix those names, because this should be a file name. And I guess I might be able to do file path search for that in the current project. Find all. So change them in here. And graphics.cc, I'm okay with it. Sprite.cc, we want file name. Sprite.h, file name. Varying width sprite, what's that? Oh yeah, that's right. All right, so that should be fine. Let's build and run. So I'll start by building, make sure we didn't screw anything up. We'll get a segmentation fault or some kind of exception if we really screwed this up. But we didn't, so I'm happy. Look, it's all still here. Okay, so now we can add in the other part of it where we can switch between high res and low res pretty easily. So for this, I actually added a new directory to my content directory, and it's just this original graphics directory, and it has all of the PBM files in it. So that's all there is to that. So I'm going to go ahead and close all these except for graphics. And I'm going to open a config.h and a config.cc. CC might be overkill, but whatever. Later on, we'll probably be able to change this at runtime. I don't want to get into that for this episode. I'd rather keep going on the gameplay. So I'm just going to make a namespace for this config. Just because the namespace feels good. So we don't have any collisions in our... I don't think we would have collisions, but just to avoid... It's just a safe thing to do to avoid naming collisions. So config.cc. And we'll include config.h. And we will create our graphics quality enum. So enum graphics quality. And let's just have high quality and original quality. I don't want to call it low quality because it's not low quality, it's just original. But I guess by comparison, I am really calling it low quality. And I'm also going to make a function, a getter function. I don't want to make a constant just because I might want to be able to change this at runtime. So kind of like Cave Story Plus does, but I'm going to make it a function just to make it more abstract, I guess. So get graphics quality. And this is the only thing we're going to implement in our config.cc, or yeah. Of course, we got to put this in the namespace config too. Not the type name, the namespace config. And for this, I'm just going to return the original quality. So by the end of this, we should see the original quality game again. And then I'll switch it back to high quality while you guys aren't watching. So I'm happy with that. Let's go into our units.h too, because that's the other place we need to know the graphics quality. So inside of here, I'll include our config. And down here in game to pixel, here's where I can get rid of this to do quit assuming 32 by 32. Although I probably have it as 16 by 16 for you guys or something like that. So what we can do is say if config sub get graph quality is equal to config sub high quality, then we can return that. Otherwise, we want to return round it to game divided by 2 and then convert it to a pixel. Yeah, let's divide by 2 after. Okay, so now let's go to graphics.cc and set our file path based on, again, our graphics quality. So our file path is going to be .pbm, or let's set our extension. So const standard string extension equals, and if our config get graphics quality is equal to original. Oh no, I can't just do extension, sorry. So we'll just set our whole file path. So let's set it to be equal to if config get graphics quality is equal to config original quality, then we can return content / original graphics plus file name plus .pbm. Otherwise, we can return this. So I'm going to build and run this, and I should see original quality graphics. Fingers crossed, I guess. No, I'm pretty sure. Let's run it. Yes, we see the original graphics. I'm happy with the way it looks too. So let's take damage and see. Woo! Everything looks good to me still. And then I will go back to config.cc and change this to high quality and see what happens. And I should be getting high quality graphics. So that was a quick build. And yes, I have the lovely high quality graphics again. Sweet. So this is just mostly to get rid of that to-do, and also partly to help me test it easier for the smaller, or for the original graphics, so that I can make sure I'm not screwing anything up on that end. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Happy developing. Oh, actually, one more thing I want to say is this is going to be the end of the refactoring type deals, small bug fixes for a little bit, and we're going to put some new content in coming up soon, so look forward to that. All right, happy developing.